Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Hear, O Israel, Adonai is our God, Adonai is one. These words, the Shema, are among the most important in all of Judaism, and they come from this week's Torah portion, Parshat Va'etchanan. They've been called the watchword of our faith, the core statement of what it means to be a believing Jew, but it's not exactly clear to everyone what these words mean or why they're so important. Adonai is our God, Adonai is one. Why is it important that there's only one God? What does it mean when we say that we believe in this one God? Well, like almost anything else in Judaism, especially anything this important, there are as many answers as there have been thinkers throughout Jewish time. But maybe, for me, the most significant, important answer I've ever gotten to what these words mean come from one of my childhood rabbis, Rabbi Jerome Molino, Zichrono Livracha, of blessed memory. He told me that in his understanding, what these words meant more than anything else is that there were things in this life that we had to believe in that couldn't be proven. Now, he was very clear. He was not talking about the supernatural. Rabbi Molino believed fiercely in rationality. It's part of why I admired him so much and still do to this day. He didn't want us to pretend to believe things that we didn't really think were true. He didn't want us to believe in things that science told us were not true. For example, he didn't think that we should believe in creationism as opposed to evolution, as many people think you're supposed to in religion. He told me that in his mind, and now in mine, there is an enormous difference between believing what is irrational and believing what is non-rational. And that's what this moment is about to him. Believing in God is about believing in the non-rational. Irrational is believing in the things which science has proven are not true. So it would be irrational to believe that there was a talking snake who tricked Eve into eating a magic apple. That's not a scientifically reasonable idea. But there are so many things in life that are not provable or disprovable. And not only are they important, but they are the most important things in our life. Pretty much everything that drives our life could be called, for most of us, non-rational. The idea that my life has meaning. There's no scientific way to prove or disprove that. It's a meaning as a non-entity in science. But I believe that my life has meaning. How we treat each other, that it can't be proven scientifically that being nice to someone is better than being mean to them. It's essentially a statement of faith. It's an understanding of how the world works, which isn't grounded in science, but is grounded in our larger sense of humanity. Even science itself. Science can tell us what is factually true and what isn't, but why we should care about that. Why the idea that it's better to believe in scientific truth as opposed to ancient superstitions. That science can't speak to. Science doesn't have this idea of values in it. That's something that belongs in a different realm, the realm of the non-rational. Our lives should be grounded in rationality. Our lives should be grounded in facts which are true. That I can't believe that has to be said, but in this world, with so many religious approaches out there, it does have to be said. There is no virtue in believing things that just don't seem to be factually true. But a life which is only based on what's factually true, that doesn't try to reach beyond simple facts into greater meaning, that's a life which is empty. The most important parts of our lives, the connections that we make with people, the love that we feel, the morality that we seek, all of that is in the realm of the non-rational. And when I assert that it's important, when I assert that it matters, when I assert that how I live my life matters, I'm asserting there is a truth which I can't prove to you. I can't break down into a scientific formula, but I know it's true. The most important forces in our world, the most important forces in our lives are the ones which aren't involved with science. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Hear, O Israel, there really is something beyond what I can understand. I hold to it, and I love it dearly, and I pursue it daily, and I hope that all of us will. Take care, everybody.